Today, I want to break down a really interesting real estate parallel, one that ties May 2025 all the way back to May 1995. We're also going to be going through the most recent MarketWatch report offered by Tribe, along with numbers from the Habistat. But before going there, these 2 years are more in common than you may think when it comes to the GTA housing market. This May, active listings across the Greater Toronto area hit a record high, over 30,900 homes on the market. That number actually beat the previous record, which was set 30 years ago in May 1995, when active listings reached 30,557 units. So what was going on in 1995 that pushed listings so high, and why are we seeing the same thing now in 2025? Back in 1995, 5-year mortgage rates were sitting around 10%. That's huge compared to recent years. In both 1995 and 2025, inventory was climbing and very quickly. In the early 90s, Toronto had just come off of a major building boom that happened in the late 80s. Today, developers may have rolled back projects with all the uncertainty going on and with how expensive things have been, but we've been left with all of this investor-style condo inventory that nobody wants to buy, which is adding to the problem of a ton of listings on the market right now. Back in 1995, Ontario was also going through a fiscal crisis. There were government spending cuts, job insecurity, and a lot of fear about the economy. Today in 2025, we're facing our own version of that. Trade uncertainty with the US, households feeling unsure about where the economy is heading, and our unemployment rate is sitting at 7%, which is the highest it's been in 9 years. This is why sentiment has been dampened for a lot of people right now, but if you are in a position to buy, then you can score some really big deals right now. And with this being said, let's get into the rest of the numbers for our current Toronto and GTA real estate market update. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Trey, and I'm a realtor here in the city of Toronto who loves helping amazing people just like you make moves. If you have any questions about the real estate market in general, or if you're curious just to see how we may be able to work together, please feel free to give me a shout by clicking that first link down in the description below and pick a time that suits you. If you could also drop a comment, like, and subscribe if you find value from this video, then that would be greatly appreciated. Now, let's get back to it. When looking at average prices for all asset classes combined in May 2025, prices went up 1.2% on a month-over-month basis, but we're still down 4% compared to the same time frame last year. When we break down the asset classes into their respective categories, you'll notice that detached properties made up 34.2% of all sales in the city of Toronto. The average sale price for a detached home sat at $1.714 million, and these properties took anywhere from 15 to 23 days to sell. The most active price points were in the $1 million to $1.25 million range, along with the luxury segment of $2 million plus. Semi-detached properties represented 11.75% of all sales in Toronto, with an average selling price of $1.302 million. These homes sold faster than detached homes, taking anywhere from 10 to 18 days, which highlights how competitive this category currently is. The most active price range for semis was between $1 million to $1.5 million. Moving on to townhouses, these accounted for just 4.94% of sales in the city of Toronto. The average selling price came in at $1.289 million, and they took anywhere from 14 to 24 days to sell. Like semis, the most active price points for townhouses were the $1 million to $1.5 million range. Lastly, looking at condos, this segment represented 40% of all sales in the city of Toronto. The average sale price was $711,000, and condos took anywhere from 25 to 33 days to sell, making it the slowest selling asset class. This environment is definitely more favorable for buyers right now, and it'll be like that for a while if I had to guess. The most active price point here was between $500,000 and $699,000. Moving on to the inventory rate, these numbers honestly surprised me when I reviewed them, not so much for the condo segment. We've known for a while that condo inventory has been high, but the rest of the market is still relatively tight. Detached properties have an inventory rate of 3.87 months, which suggests that while this segment is in a seller's market territory, it's moving closer to a more balanced market. This is pretty much unchanged from the month prior as well. Semi-detached homes and townhouses remain firmly in a seller's market with 2.23 months and 2.53 months of inventory respectively. Meanwhile, condos in downtown Toronto are sitting at almost 8 months of inventory right now. The exact number is 7.97 months. For the condo market across the entire city of Toronto, we're looking at 7.04 months of inventory. Again, this really just goes to show you that if you're a first-time homebuyer, somebody who's looking to get into the market right now, you're in the driver's seat if you're shopping in a glass tower right now. Another interesting stat from this month is that freehold properties, so detached and semi-detached properties, only represent 32.47% of the active listings in the city of Toronto, but accounted for 46% of the transactions in May 2025. When we look at condos, their share of active listings represent 54%, while only having 40.1% of sales. This off balance is another indicator that shows us how much more competitive the freehold market is versus condos. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you found value from today's video, I'd like to ask again if you could hit that like, comment, and subscribe button. It really helps us out. Remember to trust the process and to always fall in love with your journey.